Hello and welcome for joining me. Thank you so much for clicking on that button and watching this video. Um, Once again, this is a test run. I'm probably going to start doing actual videos with episodes soon, but I wanted to do some of these test runs with this world to kind of see how it goes. But tell me, how are you doing today? I'm having a great day today. I just came back from work and I thought I'd shoot this video. Um, and yeah, so that's where we're at. Today I wanted to show you how I mine. There are many different philosophies to mining, but I want to show you how I do it. And I feel like the way I do it is the most effective. But I want to kind of show you a little bit of progress that I've made first. Between the last video and this video, I kind of made some progress in what I've been doing. So I cut down / burned down all the trees. What we see is the edge between two biomes. So this is one biome and this is the other. And I'm trying to get rid of all this dirt so that we can be on the same level. But as you can see, it's going to be kind of hard to cut through this mountain. So the best way to do it is honestly through TNT. That is the best way to cut through mounds and stuff like that. I kind of also want to tell you a story that I want to tell you a story. And the story goes is, I think it was about like 2 years ago or so. I was taking a Greyhound from Utah down to Vegas. Oh, by the way, when you mine, you need to strip down all the things. You got to leave all your resources because you want to have the maximum amount of stuff to be with you. One of the first things you're going to want to do when you mine, when you start a new game or a new world, is you want to build a mine. That's one of the first things you do. And how you do that is you build your mine all the way down to bedrock. You go straight down to bedrock. I can't emphasize how important that is. Also, one thing you're going to want to do is get as many torches as you can. So what I'm doing right now, you want a lot of torches, you want a lot of pickaxes, and you want to go straight down to bedrock. So this has already been cut through. And when I start so what's going to happen is later on, I'm going to start a new world, and I'm going to start a new world completely over and start filming it. And I'm going to show you how I do this all over, and like completely from scratch. Now, what I do is, so when I come down to bedrock, I then come over and I go all the way down this way and all the way down that way. And I run redstone through, and it's not necessarily to show, to do anything special, because you can do a lot of really cool stuff with redstone. But it's basically to bring me back to home base. So what I do is I mine out. So like I mine straight through this way, and then 2 over, and then straight through that way. And that also brings me through next to the stairs, and then I go straight out as far as I can. I go for a very long time, either until I hit lava or until I run out of torches. So anyways, I was taking this Greyhound from Utah down to Vegas. By the way, the reason why I mine 3, it's 1, 2, 3, mine. 1, 2, 3, I'm going to mine again. Anyways, I was going to go down to Vegas to see see some family and friends. And I'm not originally from Vegas, but I've got a good connection to Vegas. But I was going to go down there, and I was taking the Greyhound, which, by the way, I think everyone should take the Greyhound at least once in their life. So I'm at the Greyhound station, and this gentleman, he comes over and he sits down next to me, and we're waiting for the Greyhound. And so we begin talking, and I asked him what's up with him and where he's from, and he said that he just got out of prison. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting, and I'd never really met anyone before who had been into prison. And he told me that he was going down to Vegas with the Greyhound so that he could hitchhike from Vegas down to Georgia so he could see his family, because he hadn't seen his family in a number of years. And so I thought that was kind of cool. And then he goes, well, you know what? Honestly, I got to go and run to the store. I was wondering if you could watch my stuff. And I said, yeah, sure. And he goes, if the stuff's not here when I come back, I'll kill you. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have no idea why this guy was even in prison. Like, he could have been for murder. And he laughs and he goes, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Like, really, I'm just kidding. And then he left, but I still made sure I watched his stuff because I didn't want to, who knows what he was in prison for. Anyways, like, this is kind of how I mine, is kind of go up and down like this. I go 3 and, I just go like in a straight line of 3. And every once in a while, I'll leave a torch. My mines are generally very well lit. I've never had monsters spawn inside my mines because they've been so well lit. I've had monsters spawn in my castles before, but I've never had them actually spawn inside my mine, which shows you how well lit they are. So every time I'm mining, and I'm mining in this straight line, and I run across coal, or I run across iron, or gold, or diamond, I'm completely cleared out. Otherwise, I mine in a straight line. I never stop. So there's another time I met a guy who came out of prison. It's the only other time I have. So I was taking the train from one city in Utah to another. And I was reading Plato because I like to read philosophy. And he asked me, is that Plato you're reading? I said, yeah. And so we began talking. And he goes, yeah, I'm not going to lie, I just got out of prison. So I thought to myself, wow, this seems to be like a reoccurring theme. But he goes, yeah, like I just got out of prison and I'm heading to the city to go to a halfway house. So that was kind of cool. So, but then I did a little bit of research into convicted felons. And it turns out like convicted felons, they don't have a lot of, they don't really have a second chance in life. Usually like felons, okay, really quick. So as we're mining, we see gold. I honestly think that this is the best way to mine because it gives you the best amount of resources with the least amount of effort. So we just got some gold. So sometimes I'll mine like this because sometimes like the minerals will spawn all weird. So now we have 4 golden ore. So mining can be really soothing. It's really nice to do it when you're listening to music. One time I listened to an audiobook. I listened to like a third of the audiobook. So one thing I suggest is when you mine, bring a shovel because you'll run into dirt and also gravel. And it's just easier to have it instead of trying to use a pickaxe to go through it. I like to mine out all the gravel because I like to use gravel for roads. I plan on everything through roads. I mean, you can't really see it in this world, but in other worlds I've done it. And in my review videos, you'll see that as well. Yeah, so like, this is, granite. Oh, look at that diamond. Yes. Okay, so basically, when you mine, the whole reason why you mine is to get cobblestone, to get coal, gold, and diamond. Those are the only reasons why. Like, otherwise, we wouldn't mine. So okay. Every block is going to give you 1 diamond. But what we want is we want more than 1. So, like, eventually, as you get further in the game, you'll be able to you'll be able to build what's called a library. And you can enchant your tools. And if you enchant your pickaxe, your diamond pickaxe, it'll have effectiveness, and that effectiveness will be able to like for example, when you mine into the diamond blocks, it will give you multiple diamonds, not just 1. I highly recommend it. In one game, I had enough diamond to give me 64 diamond blocks. It was incredible. I'll show you all this again when I start actually filming my episodes. Once again, these episodes are kind of like test runs. By the way, I generally put my torches on my right, and the reason is because if I put them on my left, there wouldn't be any consistency. So let's say I want to go back, and I'm running through, I can tell because all the torches are on my left. I can tell I'm heading backwards, whereas if I'm going frontwards, they're all on my right. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me on this video today. I'm going to kind of see where this goes. I'm going to see how many episodes I can film. if you have any questions or any concerns or any suggestions, just leave them in the comment box. That'd be much appreciated. I won't do everything, obviously. I mean, maybe, I'm trying to do things that fit my personality. But feel free to leave a comment and also to give it, to like the video, because, the more likes I get, then the more possibility I'll be able to stay here on YouTube and, film these videos. Anyways, thank you so much for staying with us, and we'll see you next time.